Archon was definitely a very quick, non-traditional level. No weapons, no fighting, so if you found that to be not your favorite thing in the world, we'll fix all those problems in the experiment here, which is quite different. Used for some massive scale experimentation. ADA still broke. Sarge, home. We have returned home. Runway acquired and integrated experimental weapons may prove useful. Priority nullification. And then the hippie's about to cry. Of course, Sarge has a home. Everyone does. Whatever strange place you might find yourself in, someone else calls it home. Go in peace, traveler. So we seem to be back to normal after recovering from the trauma of the rain world. And also our AIs are acting more and more human. Like, not as AIs that have some sort of quirky personality coded into them, but I'm starting to question their nature here by the way they're describing their home. And then the preacher, existing runway, device to make urns, technology thought unthink. Well, that's cool, although, what thought unthink? Just no. Bomber technology from the time of before to the time of now, used with runway. Praise be the founders! So we are now overtly taking technology from previous times that I have not yet been told about. So, just said you didn't know they had the snipers in you, and now they're bringing us bombers. Preacher is becoming extremely practical. In any case, this is one of my favorite missions so far in the campaign. We've got 100 deep stacks here. We've got emitters that are going to be coming after us, 40 each per second. And there's 5 of them, so that adds up to about 200. We need to get the 2 totems. We need to get the info cache. And then we don't have to nullify everything if we do not want to, so we'll skip that. But we're going to be coming under heavy attack. Same scale as previous missions that we've seen, the last several. And we need to defend. We need to defend intelligently. The key here is do not panic. Now, one interesting thing about placing the Rift Lab, in this case I'm going to put it over here. The towers that are further away from the Rift Lab actually produce somewhat less energy. I don't know the exact magnitude there, but that's sort of an interesting little not obvious mechanic. And so sort of centralizing this might be a good idea. And then we need to not panic and just build up our energy first. Yes, we're going to need weapons, but if you try to build weapons too early, you'll run out of energy, and that will just sink you. It's actually exactly what happened to me the first time I tried this level. And probably there. Okay, so now we're going to go minoring. Fill all the terrain with our miners. And we're going to want to get a factory up as quickly as possible now because we want to use the Urn Forge and we've got to be able to produce the ARG that it's going to need. We're going to put an Urn Portal up. You see our energy is being used up, but it's not negative, or I mean it's not out yet. And now we're going positive again. Okay, so now we're going to start with some weapons. I'm going to throw a mortar up on each of these pillars. Then I'm going to throw some cannons out in between on our elevated defended area. And actually I want another one up here. We're going to need snipers to deal with this, and if we put a couple of them straight on, we can get away with only one of these and only 3 missiles, but I'm going to go with 4 missiles and 2 snipers. You know, why shortcut it? I especially don't want anything to hit here. And there we go, the creeper coming, and it has hit us. Now we're going to go with the new bombers, which we have to place in these little slots on the runway. They are expensive, as you can see, 100 cost each. But the purpose of these is to knock down all of these craters where the emitters are coming from. That's why I'm building 5 and not 6, because there's 5 of these little segments. And the rest of these stashes will gradually swarm us. The one advantage that we sort of have here is that we do not have a particular problem with them producing any more. And they're coming in these narrow passages. So it'll take them a while to get there, and that helps us buy some time. I'm going to want sprayers. I'm not going to use them yet. I'm going to keep everything going on energy. And you can see this thing requires 200 ARG, so it's almost to the first thing we're going to get. We actually, like, we're producing more Redon than we can use. We can't make it go any faster. But what I am going to do is get mine production. That's going to help us build more AC when the time comes. At the moment, I am waiting for our bombers to get going. There they go. Because they're all going to launch at similar times. Just throw one of those on there. And then they're all trying to fill up. So we've got a bit of a negative here on energy, but it looks like we're going to be doing okay now. And then things will be more dispersed later. So now I'm going to switch these over to Blueite. And basically at this point, we should feel that we've survived the worst of the attack. Because we have plenty of energy. We're holding it back. We're starting to get some AC out there without completely crippling our energy supply. We'll get one more of these. Now, I'm going to build some towers up along the outside. Okay. We're shooting down all of those. This thing ran out of Redon very briefly there. But our AC is growing. We've got over 1,000 of it. We're about to get another one of these. And this is coming up here pretty close. But we're doing okay with it. So I want to start in now. And begin building weapons for attack. I want to go out this way. Or actually, no, this way. I want to get to that. So I'm going to start here. Build over here, I think. I just want to keep these safe. And let's now boost this with our... Nope, not range. I want to do fire rate this time. So anything is within range of the enemy can shoot at it, but you can see more and more the AC is pushing it back. It is definitely obvious at this point that victory is at hand. We have run out of energy, temporarily. Now what I want to do here is just sort of stagger our way forward. And I'm going to move these snipers up. Because now, anything that comes out of this, they should be able to shoot it basically immediately. And we can only fit... Nope. And we can only fit one weapon at a time forward. So we're just going to inch our way across. There we go. A couple more of them coming out. And immediately they're gone. And then we clear the way forward. And yes, we are having a deficit. You know, as we encounter more room, we're just going to gradually expand our tower network. But really, overall, we're doing quite well. And I think I've got one too many cannons, not enough mortars. I'm going to throw another mortar down here. We're just being a little bit cautious. Making sure that we're going to be fine here as we continue to push back the resistance. Looking pretty good. Up to 4K anti-creeper. You can see these are starting to go down, and we're keeping these craters under control. So we have no particularly severe issues at the moment. Other than the energy, which is sort of evening out now. And we're close enough, I believe we can nullify this. Now, the reason I came out here is I do not want these to be going all over the place as we go to attack other routes. So I just wanted to make sure that these are not an issue. And I'm going to throw a missile launcher out here to aid with none of that nonsense becoming a problem. And how are we doing on the urn here? Okay, we're ready for another fire range now at this point. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to earn up these weapons that we're going to be using to move around various places. Whoa, hold on. Okay. They got us. So we'll just go like that. And you can have one as well. Okay, so this is about to go. Next objective is over here, the info cache. So let's just swing our way out here. And we're going to repeat the same procedure. Alternating mortars and cannons forward on this narrow path. And increasingly, what we're getting is a whole bunch of anti-creeper coming out here so that we don't have any real problems getting through. Our bombers, by the way, they drop the same payload that the mortars do. So they are not like the bombers in Creeper World 3, which dropped anti-creeper. And we should be able to nullify this now. Pretty good. Now I want to keep the missile launchers coming. One there. One up here. And now we're very much protected on this side. Should be able to hook up now. Particularly as the AC expands. It's nice to have that little thin blanket so we're not annoyed by various little small interruptions. Okay, so another wall of text here. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read all of this. So we've got some history. Over 300 Earth years ago, there is a previous civilization who knew about the Creeper. There's some prophets, maybe time travelers from humanity's origin came and told them, and they're looking for a lost comrade. And then there's Danu's comet here. I'm beginning to understand where or when I am. So, is Danu the lost comrade? Now, if you've played the previous games in the series, you know what they're going for here, and you're probably not too happy about it. But it is what it is, and I won't spoil all of that for those to whom the Creeper World mythology is new. So, onward, and we are nullifying this. We have our info cache. So now we need to move towards getting the totems. First up, I'm going to come over here for lifting. And increasingly, of course, the anti-creeper doing the job for us. So we just kind of need to hop right in here. After that, we've got these two totems, which are kind of... I don't even think I need to fight my way over this way, honestly. Maybe, but like the AC is just taking care of business virtually on its own. So whatever I'll need to do over there will be minimal. I want to clear this out well, though. You see, they're even growing crystals up here. We want to get this lifting, because we can't activate totems with no lifting. Let's see about nullifying this. That will put us nice and secure. I think that's a good place for a refinery. And I think I want to build one on the other side. So maybe we hop over this way. Pop in there to clear it out. Well, I guess we don't even need to, do we? AC sort of taking care of that. Okay. Come back then. You can slide back over here for now. The 2 refineries should be plenty to get us going at a reasonable rate. And I can just hook up to this refinery, I believe. Or totem, rather. And on this side, perhaps not quite there, but we certainly will be shortly. Let's invite all of you over here to join the party. Continuing to bomb away. Of course, our bomber just... it's looking for Creeper to hit. It's circling back and forth. There's nothing for it to do. I'm kind of torturing the thing by leaving it over there. Okay, that was overflowing for a bit. But I think we can still hook up here. And then we will just shoot whatever. And the urn, even going into my cannon in midair, that's pretty impressive. So it's used up all the urns I wanted to. I don't really need any other urns for anything else. I don't need anything for anything at all. We're just scaling up our liftic. We've got 1 totem. Here comes the second one. That was the experiment. A lot of fun. And a really good demonstration of your priorities and build order when you start getting more advanced weapons. The bombers are really cool. But, you know, build up your energy, defend. Turning that defense into attack with AC on this level, I found to be quite satisfying. So now that the experiment is over, we are going somewhere in space-time. Well, if that's not vague, I don't know what is. The mystery will continue next time. Thanks for watching.